Let's review this book. Together let's take a look. Would you buy it or would you leave it? Let's review this book. Let's review this book. Together let's take a look. Would you like to keep it or would you let it go? Tell me in the comments below. Does it make the world a better place? Does it put a smile upon Mother Nature's face? Is it helping the animals to be free? Will it help us grow our empathy? Let's review this book. Together let's take a look. Would you like to keep it or would you let it go? Tell me in the comments below. Hello students, welcome to class. Well, we're going to be reviewing this book, which is actually more like a magazine. And I'm here in one of those stores that sells, magazines and lottery tickets and things like that. And I came across this. It's called Forks Over Knives. Now, this is also a documentary that I watched many years ago, and it helped me to become vegan. What's a little bit of concern to me when I look at the book, at the title here, is that it says Whole Food Plant-Based Lifestyle. So, let's have a look at what the difference is between somebody who is whole foods, plant-based versus vegan. Let's look at this chart, which actually is created by Forks Over Knives. So we see 3 columns. The one on the left says vegan diet, the one in the middle says plant-based diet, and the one on the right says whole foods plant-based. At the bottom on the right, you see what all the symbols stand for. A green check mark means it's okay, according to them, and an orange or yellow line means it's something you should avoid, and the X is like a definite no. So where do you see all the X's? Well, if we look in the columns, it's on the column on the left. Near the top, there are 3 X's. One is beside meat and poultry, the other one beside seafood, and the other one beside eggs and dairy products. So the vegan diet absolutely says no to any animal products whatsoever. Veganism, as you can see, is the least selfish of all of these lifestyles. Being plant-based means simply that you think about yourself and you eat mostly plants. Being vegan means thinking about others, the victims. Here's the definition of veganism. Veganism, a way of living which seeks to exclude, as far as possible and practical, all forms of exploitation of and cruelty to animals for food, clothing, or any other purpose. In dietary terms, it refers to the practice of dispensing with all animal produce, including meat, fish, poultry, eggs, animal milks, honey, and their derivatives. So, let's have a look and see what we see. So far, a recipe index, and I do not see any animal products here. We're talking about a Bangkok salad, talking about jam, aquafaba whipped cream, that's vegan, different kinds of desserts, nice cream pops, that means made out of most probably frozen bananas, different kinds of soups and stews, buffalo cauliflower rice wraps. Okay, so far so good. Veggie steaks, that means they're made out of plants. Alright, so far it seems like it's going to be okay. And jam, of course, that's vegan, that's made out of fruit. Often they add some dates for sweetness, maybe some sugar. Well, there are definitely a lot of recipes in here. Considering it's just a magazine, it really is like a book, full book of recipes. What I like is they're using all of the space efficiently. Sometimes when you get these types of books, they leave like half a page blank. It just seems like such a waste. Here they've used all of the space, and I love the fact that they have pictures for everything. Banana oat cookies. Wow, these are great. But did you notice that? It said the recipe's on another page. That I find a little confusing. I think it's better to have the recipe right beside the picture. I'm not sure why they do that. What have we got here? Grilled eggplant. Mmm. That's cool. That's great. Something substantial. Looks like vegan sushi. Filipino favorites. Those look delicious. All right. Yeah, those are all plant-based ingredients. I don't see any animal fats or any kind of animals there. Oh wow, look at this, a whole section on veggie steaks. So this is where you make a steak, quote unquote steak, out of something like cauliflower, cabbage, mushrooms, butternut, broccoli, and what is this one? Celeriac steaks. I've never had that vegetable in my life. Huh. Okay, I like this so far because it seems like I can learn something. And these look actually really good. I bet you they add some kinds of oils on there and all kinds of different spices. Probably cook it in a way so that it's really well cooked, but at the same time not mushy. They show you how to grill it and how to roast it. Look at that, very detailed. So far, I really do like this magazine / book because of the incredible detail here. It really seems to like they're trying to teach us something. Let's see what else is here. Okay, there's some pictures of the steaks. That looks like a big chunk of broccoli there. Different kinds of salads. There we have a picture of the mushroom steak, the cauliflower steak, balsamic steak, and kasha bowls. Very cool. Look at the grill marks in there. That makes it look really tasty. Try with butternut squash or broccoli steaks. Every picture seems to be quite colorful. Got yellows in there and some greens, and people do tend to eat with their eyes. Look at this one. That's cool. A cabbage there that looks purpley. Got some potatoes in there. Looks like some beans, onions, and a pasta section. Of course, all the different kinds of shapes of pastas. Pastas are vegan as long as you get the kind of pasta that doesn't have any eggs in it. So they have some spicy noodles there. Look at that. That's quite pretty looking. A bowl lined with different kinds of beans. And then some green, looks like some spinach. So when you serve things like this, it looks so colorful, like a rainbow. And if you've got some good spices and sauces on there, that makes it extra appealing. Kale salad with lentils and potatoes. Well, kale is such an excellent vegetable to eat. It's a cruciferous vegetable, and I try to eat a little bit of it every day or every second day. For sure, I eat lots of cruciferous vegetables these days. I eat cabbage, cauliflower, or kale every single day in quite large amounts. I've really gotten better with my eating in the last few years. I used to eat more vegan processed foods at first, which is kind of normal when you're transitioning, and then your taste buds change and you start to look more at the health aspects. Here we have curried lentil burgers. Look at that. You can make these by yourself. There's no need to pay for animal abuse. There's no excuse for animal use when you can make these delicious burgers. Just think how proud you'd be if you made these for your friends and family, to be able to say that it's 100% plant-based, cruelty-free. Curried lentil burgers. It takes quite a while to make though, an hour and 30 minutes. I wonder why it takes that long. We'll have to read that. Probably there's some time, I guess the baking time is probably included in there. But you know, if you batch cook and you make a huge amount of them, then they can last for a really long time, and I guess it would be worth it. I'm not one who likes to spend a lot of time in the kitchen, but I'm reviewing this book sort of for everybody in general. I think it seems like it's very good. All kinds of recipes. I mean, it just seems like everything is in here. And, oh, hummus. Oil-free hummus. 10 ways to use it. That's amazing. Because hummus can be so good for you, but if you buy the kind in the store, it often has a lot of oil in it, which is not as healthy for you. A baking soda in there, lemon juice, and tahini paste. Tahini paste is just ground up sesame seeds, by the way. Got different spices, garlic, minced sea salt, black pepper to taste. So remember, when you're making vegan foods, the best thing that you can do is invest in all kinds of different spices, because that's what makes the meat taste good when you used to eat meat. Look at these all-American burgers made from plants. And there you go, the recipe on page 51, it says. So again, this is something I would prefer that they would have the recipe right there. But I guess for some reason they don't. And look at these popsicles, tri-colored popsicles. Wow, and corn on the cob also looks so delicious. All kinds of salads. Classic cookout things. I kind of started looking at this book backwards, so maybe that wasn't the best idea, but it seemed easy at the time. But anyway, taco lettuce wraps with melon salsa. These are cool. These are, instead of using wheat products, you wrap up everything into some lettuce. You wrap it up tight. Sometimes you can use a little toothpick to kind of hold it close together. You've got a lot of protein in here. It looks like some tofu and some chickpeas. Yeah, so far I'm really liking this. I could imagine buying this for somebody and them keeping it for a long time. It would take you a long time to read the whole thing, and gives you a lot of different ideas. Sweet potato wraps. Wow, that's great too. Beautiful images. It just goes on and on. Cucumber salad. Easy summer sides. And sometimes those side dishes can be meals in themselves. Breakfast. Happy camping. Look at that. I love stuffed peppers. You put all kinds of veggies into foil in a fireplace. No need to cook dead body parts. No need to steal babies from their moms. No need to use animal secretions. No need to use any eggs whenever you're baking or doing anything. And you can have all kinds of delicious meals. Some pancakes. Okay, they even in here seem to have some different little gadgets. It's a little bit different to have some ideas. Okay, this is, I guess, a handheld food processor. You know, sometimes you want that if you're not near electricity or you're preparing for some sort of electrical breakdown. And, okay, some plant-based athletes. Yeah, I'm not so sure about using plant-based athletes because they're in it just for themselves. They don't typically talk about the animals. So what I think is lacking in this, as far as I can see, is just the fact that they don't talk about the animals at all. It's really about people's taste pleasure, people's visual pleasure, and eating healthy. So it's really I wouldn't say my favorite out of all the magazine books I've seen, but if you're interested in really checking out the different foods, I would suggest this. Yeah. Now I want to know what you guys think. In the comments below, let me know what you think. Would you buy something like this? Would you buy it for a friend, let's say, if you wanted to encourage them to become vegan? I think so. Thanks for being here, everybody. Really appreciate you hanging out with me. If you like the magazine, but you find it kind of expensive, you can also consider joining their Facebook group by the same name, Forks Over Knives. You will find thousands of recipes, beautiful pictures, and links to all kinds of interesting articles about health. You will see articles by vegan doctors, vegan dietitians, and a lot of different tips from people who are there. Thanks for being here. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye for now.
Let's follow that vegan teacher on YouTube right now. Let's help her save every chicken, pig, and cow. Let's follow that vegan teacher.